This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate.
Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors.
I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
Well, welcome to the Radio Realtors, Northern California's #1 real estate radio show. We are proudly coming to you live from the Radio Realtors Easy Cash Offer Studios. And you can find out more about our Easy Cash Offer. It's easy, it's fast, and it is a cash offer on your home. And you could have that cash in your pocket in as little as 72 hours. Go to our website, RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. I'm Robert Lewis, your real estate professor.
And I'm Frank Crandall, your consigliere of real estate. Thank you guys for listening.
And if you've got a question, comment, or you're ready just to hire the Radio Realtors to help you sell your home or buy a home, you can reach us on the Radio Realtors hotline at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
Or you can live chat with us 24/7 at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com.
And we have a great show for you today with these topics.
3 reasons home sales fall apart at the last minute.
And we're going to do an interview with Smoke Busters on UV deodorizing.
I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. And we're also going to do an interview with United Termite and Pest.
Yeah. And we're also going to give you an audio open house for a brand new listing in West Roseville. So once again, you can get a hold of the Radio Realtors on our Radio Realtors hotline anytime at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
Or you can use our live chat option 24/7 at our website, RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com.
Now, Frank, no buyer or seller wants their home sale to fall apart.
Oh, God, it's the worst.
Yeah, but it can happen. And that's why it's important
It does happen.
to learn about the common issues that pop up and to learn what you can do to avoid these issues and keep things on track with your sale. So on the Radio Realtors today, we're going to cover 3 common situations that can cause a house sale to fall through at the very last minute. The 4th quarter, the 12th hour, Frank.
I think it's the 11th hour.
The 11th hour. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, let's get into it. Reason number 1, home sales fall apart at the last minute. You didn't fix issues uncovered during the inspection.
Yeah, Frank, a home inspection is a normal part of the buying and selling process.
What were you thinking? People don't fix those issues.
Right.
I don't understand.
Yeah, and potential buyers have the opportunity to have your home inspected for structural issues, broken appliances, plumbing issues, and more on their own.
And during this process, a home inspector will take a magnifying glass to your home to identify any issues that need to be repaired.
And after the inspection, Frank, the buyers will be presented with a report, and they will have the option to request whatever fixes they consider necessary from you, the sellers.
However, as a seller, there are a couple of important things to consider when you get a list of repair requests. Right, Rob?
Right, Frank. The first thing you want to look at is the market that you're in right now currently favoring buyers or sellers? If the market is favoring you as a seller, you may be able to get away with doing some, but not all the repairs.
You may even be able to get away with no repairs or even just a small credit to escrow.
Right. However, if the market is favoring buyers, your best bet may be to offer a larger credit. And if that doesn't work out, you may have to do the requested repairs.
Okay, so now the next thing you want to figure out is how much demand is there for your property?
Yeah, Frank, if you were slow to get offers and you've got a lot riding on this potential buyer that you have in place right now, you should probably try to do everything in your power to keep the sale on track. And that includes fixing whatever your buyers request or offering a financial concession so that the buyers can fix it when they move into the property.
And Rob, if you decide you don't want to fix any issues, make sure the market and demand back up your decisions, or you could see that your home sale is going down.
That's right. And that's not a situation anybody wants to be in, Frank,
No.
because you not only have to wait for a new buyer, but you're also going to be facing issues with the same fixes there.
Plus making your house payment.
Yeah.
So our recommendation to really safeguard yourself as a seller, you should get your own home inspection done before or just after you list with us.
Yep, and doing so is going to allow you to address issues before buyers bring offers to the table, or to provide reports to buyers that disclose issues right up front. Disclosing early will allow buyers to consider the cost of the necessary fixes as they work up their offer.
Now, folks, disclaimer here, Rob and I are on the same page on getting a pre-inspection before we list a house, right, Rob?
Absolutely,
okay.
100%.
In addition to that, at the Radio Realtors, we can tell you what repairs are reasonable and what are unnecessary for the offer or offers you have on the table.
Right. Now, reason number 2, home sales fall apart at the last minute. Your property gets a low appraisal.
Yeah. A property appraisal is an expert opinion of your home's value. A licensed appraiser comes up with this value based on a number of things.
Right, Frank. And those things include recent comparable home sales, the condition of your property compared to similar properties with things like the floor plan, number of bedrooms and baths, upgrades, and things like that. Plus, the appraisers look at the local real estate trends and their impact on your home's value.
Now, when a house appraises for a lower price than the buyer agreed to pay in the real estate purchase agreement, the home sale may fall through. Right, Rob?
Right. And this can happen because the lender refuses to give you a loan on the full cost of the property because it's over fair market value. So in this case, sometimes the buyer has cash to make up the difference, but if they don't, the sale could be derailed.
Or the seller lowers the price to the appraised value. Or they meet in the middle, maybe. But what causes a low appraisal, Rob?
Well, Frank, some common reasons why an appraisal may come in low are a changing market. That's one of the things. A fluctuating real estate market makes an accurate appraisal difficult. And if there's been a recent shift in the market, appraisals may not line up just yet. Inaccurate comps can also be an issue here, too, because if the comparable properties aren't similar enough to the property being appraised, then an appraisal could be way off.
I also think that if an appraiser underestimates square footage or doesn't take recent upgrades into account, they could arrive at a lower value.
Right, and that's why it's important for you to call the Radio Realtors for a CMA or comparative market analysis for your home.
Yeah, you could call us right now at 833-32-RADIO, and we could get your value to you within 30 minutes. So call us right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
Or you can live chat with us anytime at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com.
Now, reason number 3, home sales fall apart at the last minute. The buyer's loan falls through.
Yeah, these days it can be more difficult to get traditional loan financing than it was in the past. So there's always a risk that your buyer's loan could fall through midway through the process or even late in the sale.
This typically happens if your buyer is unable to come up with the funds to cover their down payment and their closing costs, or if the buyer wasn't pre-approved properly and is requesting a dollar amount they aren't fit to receive.
Another thing that can derail a home sale is there are credit issues that come up, like late or missed payments, defaulting accounts, or credit purchases that are discovered during the underwriting process that cause the sale to fall through at the very last minute.
The other thing that could happen is your buyers has a change in employment or another major life event that impacts their income. In fact, this happened with some buyers recently. They lost their jobs in tech in the Bay Area recently.
That's right, Frank. And in any one of these cases, your buyer's loan application may be denied. And if that happens, it can cause your home sale to fall apart. But if this happens, you can wait for the buyer to try to secure funding through another source, but that option can take time and it often will not result in a better outcome.
That's why in most cases, your best option is to move on and look for another buyer.
Right. So what we do with our listings here at the Radio Realtors for you sellers is we try to minimize the risk of losing a sale to a denied loan by talking with the buyer's lender before we present offers to you, the seller.
That's right. We need to see that pre-approval letter and proof of funds showing that they have a liquid account, enough cash to pay their down payment and their closing costs.
Also at the Radio Realtors, we take some extra steps to do our best to save you from a big setback by reducing the risk of your buyer's financing falling through at the last minute. So the wrap up here, Frank, preparing to sell your property requires the right combination of knowledge, tools, and strategies. And knowing about the potential setbacks and having the Radio Realtors on your side can reduce the stress and hassles of a home sale.
So if you're looking for great agents, why not call us, the Radio Realtors, right now, 833-32-RADIO, 833-32-RADIO.
We can give you that accurate selling price with our Radio Realtors CMA and show you our targeted marketing plan to help you get a minimum of $10,000 more for your home right now.
That's 833-32-RADIO, 833-32-RADIO, or live chat with us anytime at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com.
And don't go anywhere because we'll be back right after this.
What's that you got there?
What, this?
Yeah.
It's a magic lamp. An Empire Home Loans magic lamp.
Well, give it a try.
Who are you?
I'm the Empire Home Loans Genie, and I can grant you one wish.
One wish, huh? Okay, Mr. Genie, I'd like a mortgage for a home with no PMI, one that gives me 20% for a down payment and closing costs, and how about lower monthly payments? Let's see you grant that wish.
Your wish is my command.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Wait, what is this? What's in my hand?
That's an Empire Home Loans pre-approval for the Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan. It's everything you asked for.
Cool, the Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan.
That's literally the coolest thing I have ever seen.
See ya.
Hey, where are you going?
Going to buy a home.
Get your magic lamp, pre-approval at PooRiaLoans.com. That's POORIA Loans.com.
NMLS ID number 2099042, Equal Housing Lender. Nothing improves the value of your house and the quality of your life more than updating and renovating your home.
And nothing is more annoying than having to find and hire a quality flooring guy, cabinet maker, installer, or painter.
Which is why you need to check out Zothex, your one-stop shop for home improvement and renovation. Zothex is everything you need in one place.
Everything?
Everything. Flooring, cabinets, countertops, kitchen and bath remodeling, painting and installation. Zothex has a dedicated team to serve you. And unlike those big box stores, the team at Zothex will make sure all your needs are met on time and within budget.
And let me guess, they're booked out for 6 months?
Nope. For small projects, Zothex will get you a same-day quote. For bigger projects, just 48 hours. And they have showrooms in Sacramento, Roseville, Rockland, Elk Grove, and Vacaville.
With Rancho Marietta opening soon.
And they travel to Truckee, Tahoe, Napa, Vallejo, and beyond. Head to Zothex.com.
That's ZOTHEX.com.
ZOTHEX, Zothex.
Brandon Tatum here, host of the Officer Tatum Show. Have you heard that teamwork makes the dream work? Well, I've been part of some really special teams. I play football, I worked in law enforcement, and even my team here on the radio. And if you're wanting to buy a home anywhere in Northern California, call the dream team, Rob Lewis and Frank Crandall, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty. Check this out. Royce and Angela were first-time homebuyers wanting to buy a home in Lincoln. Rob and Frank met with them, discussed their wants and needs for a home, got them pre-approved with one of their preferred mortgage lenders, and had them out looking for homes the very same day. Rob and Frank found them the perfect home and negotiated a great price. And in just 21 days, Royce and Angela had the keys to their dream home. As a home buyer, they can help you win too, even in this shifty market. Call the dream team, Rob and Frank, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Online at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. DRE number 01406275.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors.
I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, proudly coming to you live from the Radio Realtors Easy Cash Offer Home Sales Studios. My name is Robert Lewis, your real estate professor.
And I'm Frank Crandall, your consigliere of real estate.
And we have a special treat for you, our listeners, today, because we have Paul Amaro. He is co-owner of a great company. It's United Termite and Home Services. Welcome to the show, Paul.
Hey, thank you for having me on.
Now, Paul, there is a lot of questions that those first-time home buyers have out there about a pest inspection. And it's funny, I'll talk to a first-time home buyer and say, well, you need to get a home inspection, you need to get a pest inspection. And they go, pest inspection, they're going to check for like ants and rats and stuff like that. And I say, well, they will, but it's usually something a little bit different. What are you really checking for when you do a pest inspection?
So basically, I'm looking for anything that could damage wood, any type of pest or any type of organism. So termites, of course, and then I'm also looking for dry rot, and then anything that could cause that kind of damage. So if you have plumbing leaks underneath your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink, you have a roof leak, I'm looking for items like that. No, not so much ants and spiders and roaches. If I see it, I'll say, hey, it looks like you have this, but that wouldn't go on my report.
Right. And so we're talking about wood destroying organisms, right?
Correct,
so
yes.
You're going to find, when you talk about dry rot, so dry rot actually it's more expensive sometimes than termite damage, right?
Correct. And most of the time on a termite report, that's what's going to go on a report. Not every time you're going to find termites, but most of the time you're going to definitely find dry rot.
Right. And so dry rot can be caused by just weatherization. I mean, it's, you get the elements hitting, that
Correct.
wood and things like that. And then underneath the house, it's moisture and just age of, the wood and things like that.
Yeah. So if you have a leak going on that you don't know about and it's just constantly dripping onto the flooring below your bathroom, or if you have poor ventilation, that can contribute to dry rot. Like the house I just helped you out with.
Mm-hmm.
One is they had louvered vents, so it wasn't letting any ventilation come underneath the house. So what we did is, we replaced the louvered vents. We put the new mesh vents so you can have more ventilation. We put a vapor barrier down. And so that's what, things we're doing.
Right. And so on that particular home, that did have termites, right?
It did.
And so what's the difference? Okay, so they were subterranean termites, and then there's different kinds of termites. So can you kind of explain the process on that? Because people hear termites, and in the old days, termites was almost like a death sentence for a transaction. It's totally not anymore.
Yeah, so for these ones, the subterranean termites, they come from the ground, and then they come up, they build these little tunnels, and that's how you typically know you have them. You'll see them along the foundations or the piers. So that's what happened with this one. I found them coming up one of the foundation walls, and they also found them in whoever did repairs maybe years before. They left a lot of wood down there, and they love it when they come up the soil and they find wood in the ground. It's like, candy to them. They'll eat that up.
Termite candy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, is that the cellulose? Is that what they're talking about? So it's just like kind of just pieces of wood,
Correct,
that are down there, and it's just like a smorgasbord for termites, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Now you've got subterranean termites, and those are very common here in the greater Sacramento area, right?
Yes.
What are the other types of termites?
You have drywood termites. They're not as common over here in the Sacramento area. They're more common like in Southern California. And those ones we typically recommend to do a fumigation because they could be they're not as easily visible. Typically you'll have them you'll see pallets is basically their poop, and they stay in the wood, they push it out, and you'll see a little pile form up. There are some other termites like damp wood termites, but those ones you don't really see them too often. They're like you find them in dead pieces of dead trees.
Right. So the ones that we see in the homes are going to be subterranean.
Correct. Yes.
So Paul, one of the things that Robert and I are really adamant about is pre-inspections for your home. How do you feel about pre-pest inspections for your home if you're getting ready to list it?
I think it's a great idea because it gives you an idea of what to expect. So you have an idea, you're like in the driver's seat, as opposed to your buyer comes and your buyer gives you a report and it has, $30,000 to $40,000 worth of damage, even, $20,000 worth of damage. And at least if that does happen, you're going to know about it. So it definitely helps out. So at least when you go to list it, people have told me at least it could be, they have that report so people know what to expect.
Yeah,
okay.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And so we're big proponents, like Frank said, of the pre-listing inspections, home inspection, pest inspections. So you have that exact, answer is that we know exactly what's going on with the home prior to them putting it on the market. Because how many times have we seen where a buyer comes in and they have their own inspector and the seller is unguarded basically because they don't know. So this is a great option.
Yeah,
so,
in the Bay Area, you have to have it. I mean, that's just the way they roll.
Right.
In San Francisco and all those East Bays and everything else. But big proponents love to do it. Plus, the buyer really likes it because they don't have to spend the money on doing the inspection.
Well, right, and it's just a great protection for a seller for them to know. In fact, we have a new listing coming up in Carmichael, and he's thinking about that, getting the inspections done because he wants to make sure he does not like surprises or bad surprises is basically what he said. And I said, this is my type of seller because in the Bay Area, like Frank says, they do those inspections up front so that a buyer can come in and be non-contingent, be able to
make an offer right there.
Right. It's called a one knockout punch, right?
Yeah.
Here in the greater Sacramento area, most of the agents don't require that or ask their sellers to do that. And so then even if a buyer from the Bay Area comes in with non-contingent, as soon as they give them any reports or any disclosures, they have a 3-day contingency basically, written in automatic. And they can
Rob,
get out
let's
of it.
ask Paul, but everybody is wanting to know, what do you charge for something like this? Obviously, it depends on square footage.
Right.
But give us your prices.
So if it's in the greater Sacramento area, it's under 3,000 square feet, I'm running a promo right now. So if it's on a slab foundation, it's $100. If it's on a raised foundation, it's $125.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Did you say up to 3,000 square feet?
Correct, yes.
On a slab?
Yes.
It's $1,000?
No, $100.
$100.
I'm sorry.
Did I say 1,000?
No. So it's $100.
And that's all, $1,000. That's it.
Yeah. So it's up to 3,000 square feet. It's $100 slab.
Yes.
And then what is it if you got to crawl under there?
$125.
Okay. And
That's
sometimes
a great deal.
Yeah. And you know what?
Man.
Them going under your home because you can find some wild stuff under there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you found some interesting things?
I find dead cats sometimes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. Matter of fact, one house I did, I found where there was multiple cats, and I don't know how they got underneath there, but you could see they were scratching to get out, and there was 3 of them down there.
Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah. No, we've seen that where there's been coyotes under houses. There's all kinds of things. We had a listing that we were demoing in Del Paso Heights one day, several years ago, and people came out of the crawl space.
Oh, wow.
About 8 of them. And
The Walking Dead?
I had never seen, it was basically like that. Never seen anything like that. So if you want to rid your home of wood-destroying organisms and possibly, other things that might be under your, in your crawl space. But if you ever hear something, in your crawl space, you might want to have a pest inspector like yourself come on out there and just check things out because it could be maybe there's an animal under there or something that's, trapped, and you definitely you don't want, an animal dying in your crawl space.
Hey, for you Sacramento Kings fans, Paul, why don't you just tell the people what you've done?
I've inspected DeMarcus Cousins' house, the one he sold in Granite Bay. I inspected Luke Walton's house, and I did the termite treatment for Mike Brown's new house, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's totally cool. So light the beam, right?
Light the
beam.
Yeah.
Light the beam. The Kings are doing really good right now. So it's
Mike Brown, Coach of the Month, I think, last month.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. So if people want to get a hold of you, you've got a website, you've got a phone number. I'm going to give that to them. So it's UnitedTHS.com, right?
Correct, yes.
United THS, and that stands for United Termite and Home Services. So UnitedTHS.com. You can go right on the site and you can book an inspection appointment. And then the other thing is your phone number, if people want to get a hold of you, is 916-265-5300, right?
Yes, it is.
So 916-265-5300 for United Termite and Home Services. And I'll tell you, it's just imperative as a buyer or a seller that you get a termite inspection done.
Yes, sir.
And we said, it's a wood-destroying organisms. Yep. You're looking for dry rot. You're looking for termites, all those things. And kind of the secondary stuff is the actual pests like, rodents, like rats, in your attic or those types of things. And they're going to give you that information as well. However, this is specifically about the health and safety of the home as far as water damage and those types of things. So, hey, Paul, thanks for being on the Radio Realtors today.
Thank you for
Paul,
having me
thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate it. So if you want Paul's information, give us a call, 833-32-RADIO. We can get that to you, 833-32-RADIO. Or you can find us online at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. And we'll be back right after this.
What's that you got there?
What, this?
Yeah.
It's a magic lamp. An Empire Home Loans magic lamp.
Well, give it a try.
Who are you?
I'm the Empire Home Loans Genie, and I can grant you one wish.
One wish, huh? Okay, Mr. Genie. I'd like a mortgage for a home with no PMI, one that gives me 20% for a down payment and closing costs, and how about lower monthly payments? Let's see you grant that wish.
Your wish is my command.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Wait, what is this? What's in my hand?
That's an Empire Home Loans pre-approval for the Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan. It's everything you asked for.
Cool, the Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan.
That's literally the coolest thing I have ever seen.
See ya.
Hey, where are you going?
Going to buy a home.
Get your magic lab, pre-approval at PooRiaLoans.com. That's POORIA loans.com.
NMLS ID number 2099042, equal housing lender. Nothing improves the value of your house and the quality of your life more than updating and renovating your home.
And nothing is more annoying than having to find and hire a quality flooring guy, cabinet maker, installer, or painter.
Which is why you need to check out Zothex, your one-stop shop for home improvement and renovation. Zothex is everything you need in one place.
Everything?
Everything. Flooring, cabinets, countertops, kitchen and bath remodeling, painting and installation. Zothex has a dedicated team to serve you. And unlike those big box stores, the team at Zothex will make sure all your needs are met on time and within budget.
And let me guess, they're booked out for 6 months?
Nope. For small projects, Zothex will get you a same-day quote. For bigger projects, just 48 hours. And they have showrooms in Sacramento, Roseville, Rockland, Elk Grove, and Vacaville.
With Rancho Marietta opening soon.
And they travel to Truckee, Tahoe, Napa, Vallejo, and beyond. Head to Zothex.com.
That's ZOTHEX.com.
ZOTHEX, Zothex.
Brandon Tatum here, host of the Officer Tatum Show. Have you heard that teamwork makes the dream work? Well, I've been part of some really special teams. I play football, I worked in law enforcement, and even my team here on the radio. And if you're wanting to buy a home anywhere in Northern California, call the dream team, Rob Lewis and Frank Crandall, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty. Check this out. Royce and Angela were first-time homebuyers wanting to buy a home in Lincoln. Rob and Frank met with them, discussed their wants and needs for a home, got them pre-approved with one of their preferred mortgage lenders, and had them out looking for homes the very same day. Rob and Frank found them the perfect home and negotiated a great price. And in just 21 days, Royce and Angela had the keys to their dream home. As a home buyer, they can help you win too, even in this shifty market. Call the dream team, Rob and Frank, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Online at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. DRE number 01406275.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors.
I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors, Northern California's #1 real estate radio show. We are proudly coming to you live from the Radio Realtors Easy Cash Offer Studios, right here in the Cal Expo area. My name is Robert Lewis, your real estate professor.
And I'm Frank Crandall, your consigliere of real estate.
And we've got a special segment for you today. We had a gentleman call into the Radio Realtors, and he said, I heard you guys talking about smells, about cigarette smells and cat smells.
Man,
and
after my own heart.
All kinds.
Oh.
Yeah, because we hate bad smells, Frank. You know, there's certain spice cooking. There's so many different things. And when you walk into a home and you go, oh my goodness, this is strong. Sometimes people do an about face and they're out the door, right?
Yep.
Well, if you have a situation where you have a home that maybe has some problem odors, we've got just the guy for you. He is the owner of Smoke Busters UV Deodorizing, and his name is Joe Chasko. Joe, thanks for being on the Radio Realtors today.
Great to be here, Robert. Thanks for having me.
So, Joe, you heard us on the radio talking about these smells, and I was really, really curious because we went to your website. Your website is smoke-busters.com, and it says total home odor remediation. And I will tell you, as someone that has really strong olfactory senses, I was calling I didn't really believe what you had to say on here. So tell us a little bit about how you got into this, and then tell us about the process.
Well, sure. Some years ago, my mother, of course, moved out into a care home from our family home in Fair Oaks, a 100-year-old family home. And, of course, she didn't want to sell it because she might move back in. So she rented it for a couple of years, which was just not a good idea. And, of course, they said they weren't going to smoke, but then they smoked in it, and it was all smoked up. And I find that doesn't seem to be a solution to this, and looked into it. And I have a chemistry background, so that's what I looked at.
So you looked at how you could, with your chemistry background, deodorize a home.
Right. It turns out that ozone is the way to break down odors, but there's different kinds of ozone. I can talk about that later. But basically, the ozone is an energetic molecule made from oxygen in the air, and it attacks odor molecules, breaks them up, and then you just flush them out of the home.
So I gotta ask. So there's two odors specifically that Frank and I don't like. The number one is cigarette odors.
Yes.
I mean, so, there's all these different chemicals and stuff that you can put on the wall and things like that, but I haven't heard of deodorizing it or using this system. So tell us how that works and why that works so well on cigarette odors.
Sure. You've heard of oxygen bleach. This is similar to that. It's an activated oxygen. It's an oxygen radical molecule, and it just attacks molecules, odoriferous molecules, because they have open bonds that makes them subject to being broken down. We use ultraviolet to generate our ozone, which is different from what's been used in the past, because that is high voltage ozone. It creates an acid residue. It can corrode metal. It can bleach tapestries, and this is with things that people have heard about ozone. But the ultraviolet is pure because it only splits the oxygen. It doesn't split the nitrogen in the air to make an acid. And then you have a clean, basically gaseous oxygen bleach. And you circulate this to the home, and slowly breaks down the odors, and it actually goes through the carpet and gets the odor out of the subfloor. I had a house where I wiped nicotine off of the subfloor before I did it, and it really smelled. When I got done, I wiped it, and it didn't smell. I was amazed.
And so what about, like, cat urine? I mean, is that something that you can get out of
it is
the house with that? Yeah.
It breaks down. It takes a few days of treatment. Everything takes a couple of 2-3 days, but a cat can be longer. It just eventually breaks it down to where there's no odor. Everything in the house. I had this one that was really terrible. The house lady had left her cats in it, a bunch of cats, and moved out.
How many cats?
18 cats.
18
only
cats.
18? Okay, well, that's not really a cat lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And there was an appliance in the cabinet, and then I opened up the cabinets, and then after I do the cabinets, I do the ductwork and any spaces, and I got done. I couldn't believe it. I took the thing outside, and it had no odor. The deodorized everything. Got that pungent, acidic cat odor right out of everything.
That's incredible, isn't it, Frank?
Yeah. Now, Joe, could you give the audience just a brief 15, 20 second of your background? Because people are probably amazed that you can get rid of odor, but you've got some street cred, and people need to know kind of your background a little bit.
Academic cred, too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I did my master's in physical chemistry at UC Davis, and I worked at the UC Davis Crocker Nuclear Lab, and I was a nuclear chemist in air pollution research.
Holy smokes.
Man.
So this is right up your alley, right? Because I look at, like, odors in the home as pollution.
Yes.
It is nose pollution for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. So on your website, it's smoke-busters.com. It says you deal with long-term cigarette smoking odor, cannabis, so smoking, vaping, and cultivation.
Yes.
So that works. Obviously, it works on a grow home.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll commonly get a grow closet, and people will be selling a house, and they don't mention the master's closet, which was a grow closet. Of course, that could smell up the whole house, but we can knock it right out of there.
No kidding. And then also mold, mildew, and spore odor, because it kills mold spores. Is that correct?
It's the only thing that kills mold spores. I had a lot of experiences at my tire shop with flooding, and I found bleach doesn't kill mold spores. It kills the mold, but then it comes right back when it gets wet. This is why mold problems are so difficult to deal with. And I had a few of my own. I had, for instance, a closet with popcorn ceiling, leaky roof, white and black mold. I killed it off with the ozone. Unfortunately, didn't get the roof fixed in time, and then a few months later, it gets wet again. Guess what? No mold. Even at popcorn, the spores were dead.
You know, so this is like literally a miracle process.
It is.
I mean,
I hear the angels singing right now.
I know, it's unbelievable.
Joe, I got a question for you real quick.
What is it?
You say on your business card that after you leave that you'll paint if needed and you'll also recarpet if needed.
That's right. Certainly, if any carpet is getting to the end of its life, we say rip it out. So we do rental homes, and if a carpet's in good shape, you can leave it in. But, you know, if you've got a carpet that's soiled and worn, let's get it out. And we say take it out first, because that way we get the subfloor better. And painting is optional, but some cases you want to seal paint it with a kill sealer primer, to get the yellow nicotine staining. And by the way, we've done the dripping yellow nicotine stains and gotten rid of the smell.
Wow, that is incredible. I think a lot of our listeners right now are going, okay, this sounds really good.
Yeah.
But because you're a nuclear scientist, it's got to cost a lot of money. How much does the average cost for total home odor remediation cost?
Yeah, I just kind of charge it on based on reasonable income for me, and so they're typically $700 to $900. A really big house might be a little more than that, but it depends on the problem. But generally, always under $1,000.
Yeah, so basically, for under $1,000, if you have this problem in your home,
spend it. You could get $20,000 to $30,000 to $40,000 more.
Yeah, definitely. Because there's some odors they could break your sale, and we're talking about cannabis. Grow home. We're talking smoking, cigarette odors. We're talking cat urine, dog smells, and then just sometimes, like you're saying, like your mom's house. She just lived there a long, long time. And so sometimes you just got all these smells.
The other people's house smell. You go into a house, it smells like somebody else's house.
OPH. That's what we call it. OPH smell.
Right. It just erases it. It's gone. It smells like a new house.
Do you have to be out of the home to have this done?
You do. And that's the difference between the remediation companies use a hydroxyl, which is a hydrated ozone, but it's much, much weaker. It won't penetrate like this. You can breathe it. You can be in there while it's running. Ours, you have to be out. So the house is off limits for 2 to 5 days.
But the magic of it is in 2 to 5 days, you have this great smelling home. It's like you say, Frank, nothing beats a new home smell.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. So and then I would imagine by removing those air pollutants and infectious agents and things like that, you're creating like a healthier atmosphere for your house, right? Like an environment.
Sure. It gets rid of the chemical smells. I think it gets rid of the chemicals. And not only that, you mentioned that it kills the infectious agents, viruses and bacteria.
Yeah, so
and bugs.
Especially, if we ever get another bout of COVID-19, that might be a great idea to have you guys come in to not, between showings or anything like that, but, before a home goes on the market, just blitz it, because it might just be a good idea, even if you don't have those smells, just to make sure that it's been deodorized completely, right? So it's smoke-busters.com. And what's your phone number there, Joe?
916-880-5335.
Okay, so it's 916-880-5335 or smoke-busters.com.
That's right.
Joe, thanks for being on the Radio Realtors today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, guys. So we've got to go to break. If you'd like to get a hold of the Radio Realtors, and if you missed Joe's information, you can get a hold of us, and we'll put you in touch with Joe so you can deodorize your home too. 833-32-RADIO, 833-32-RADIO, or you can live chat with us 24/7 at RadioRealtors.com. We'll be back right after this.
Do you know what that sound is? That's your wake-up call. Instead of just dreaming about buying a home, it's time to start living the dream. And Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage is ready to help you. Jeff has access to the brand new Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan. The Dream for All is a down payment assistance program for first-time buyers. It offers a loan of 20% of the purchase price of the home you're wanting to buy. Then once you refinance or sell the home, you would pay back that original loan plus 20% of any appreciation. This is a great option for home buyers right now, because with this loan, you won't have private mortgage insurance, you can begin building equity right away, and you don't have to save for a big down payment. Funds are limited for this program, so answer your wake-up call. Call Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage at 916-765-2900 or apply online at jeffcompton.com. That's jeffcompton.com. NMLS ID number 298997.
Thank you for calling Jeff Compton's office. It's a great day to buy a home. How can we help you?
There's adventures in life that can be quite scary, like volcano lusion, for instance.
Oh, look out for the lava! Turn left! Ah!
swimming with sharks.
This wasn't supposed to be scary.
Or running with the bulls.
Run, hurry!
But there's one adventure that shouldn't be scary, and that's buying a home. That's why we recommend Adventure Home Inspections. They'll check everything from a home's major systems, including HVAC, interior plumbing, electrical systems, as well as the structural components, such as the foundation, floors, walls, ceilings, attics, roof, doors, and windows.
Hey everyone, this is August, owner of Adventure Home Inspections. One of the best ways to protect your home buying investment is a high-quality home inspection from Adventure Home Inspections. You can trust that you're in good hands, so give me a call, 916-367-2735, or visit us online at adventurehomeinspections.net. Start your adventure right with Adventure Home Inspections.
Hey, is your electrician giving you static because they won't get into your attic? Are they giving you an awe face because they won't get into your crawl space? I'm Anthony, the proud owner of A&D Electric. I'm offering free estimates in the greater Sacramento area. There's no job too big or too small, so give me a call. 408-707-4744. Or better yet, Google A&D Electric. And remember, if life gets too hectic,
Call A&D Electric. That's my dad.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors.
I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
All right, ready? All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, proudly coming to you from the Radio Realtors Easy Cash Offer Studios, as always. And you can find out more about that Easy Cash offer at our website, radiorealtors.com. That's radiorealtors.com. My name is Robert Lewis, your real estate professor.
And I'm Frank Crandall, your consigliere of real estate.
And Frank, those were some pretty darn good interviews. We learned all about UV deodorizing. I mean, what do you think about that UV deodorizing?
I got to tell you, you're responsible for that gentleman coming in. I was blown away.
Right.
And to tell you the truth, because I know people are going to roll their eyes when they hear this, but you and I are so detailed about scents and how to get rid of bad smells. I don't think I've ever ran into a guy that can get rid of smells in the house.
Not like that.
Other than paint and carpet.
Right.
Stuff like that. But like smoking and
cat urine. Yeah, and cannabis, and all those things.
Grow homes.
I mean, it is, and just the general smell of an older home. Sometimes it has all kinds of different smells, pet smells, and all kinds of different things. And so he can literally eradicate. That's the word I'm using. Eradicate those bad smells, and it can make your home smell like a brand new home. And nothing beats a new home smell. Definitely so. And then that great interview with United Pest and Termite, that was great too, having Paul Amaro from there. And that's a family-owned business. Paul is not a junior, as he said on our interview, but he is the son of another Paul, and they've been running United Termite and Pest for quite some time, and it is a great company.
Inspector of the Kings.
Yeah, Inspector of the Kings.
That was
a
pretty
lot
cool.
of the Kings' homes. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So we're going to wrap up the show here to put a bow on the show. I like saying that. We're going to tell you about a brand new listing that you can see today. You can see this today. And we're calling it Wonderful in West Roseville. So
it is.
If this home sounds good to you, I think the word is great to you. If this home sounds great to you, just text the word wonderful to 833-32-radio. We'll get you the info, or we'll book you a tour. That's the word wonderful at 833-32-radio.
Or you can just call us at 833-32-radio, because we are holding it open all weekend. So let's tell them all about it, Rob.
Okay, so this is an amazing house. First of all, Frank, it's a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom, plus an office and a bonus media room with over 3,300 square feet in one of the most sought-after master plan communities in West Roseville. And it is called This sounds like something from Downton Abbey, but it's called Amberley Place at West Park.
Now, this home was built in 2007 by Pulte, and it's the coveted Oxford floor plan. And this home has a lot of tasteful upgrades.
Yep, Frank, but let's quickly talk about the location of this home. Because you know what they say, location, location, location.
Do tell.
The location is special on this home. The view across the street is not other homes. Sometimes, you know, you have a home and you look out your window and all you do is you see your neighbors, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but this home is different. You don't see the neighbors across the street. It's lush grass and trees, and it's sort of like a walkway area because there's like a bike trail walking path behind it, but it's sort of like just this beautiful patch of grass, and the front of the home is gorgeous and contemporary with a 3-car garage and tasteful cottage-style architectural accents.
Once inside, you'll be greeted by the vaulted ceiling entry that opens up to the combined living room and dining room, ideal for entertaining.
And also, Frank, the gourmet kitchen features an island with counter seating, a large corner pantry. It has beautiful appliances. The first level has a remote bedroom and a full bath ready for guests and family. And then the second level, and this is your favorite part of the home, Frank, it opens up to this bonus room, and then there's a double door office. You know, that beautiful, beautiful office that these sellers have that could literally be another bedroom if you really, really wanted it to be. And then the 4 bedrooms upstairs include the spacious owner's suite. We still call it a master bedroom, folks, but it's a owner's suite. Also 3 bedrooms that share a Jack and Jill bathroom and a hall bath. It is a good size lot. It's beautifully landscaped. Let's kind of talk about that backyard. What do you think about that backyard? It's like the Garden of Eden back there. It's really pretty. What do you think?
It's a labor of love back there.
Yeah, no, and there's quite a few different, trees and flowers and things like that the current owner has taken care of them with tender, loving care.
It was her therapy.
Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah.
And it is just a beautiful, beautiful backyard. And it has a nice seating area back there. But it is a place that you can go where you can just let your hair down, have a glass of wine or a cup of coffee in the morning, and just relax and enjoy. This great house is located within walking distance to schools in the area, which it's not right next door to them, but it is just the schools are around the corner. So you're not going to feel the traffic and things like that, for drop off and pickup time as much on this particular home. However, it's close. So your children could actually walk to school, or it's like a 12-second drive. It's like really, really fast that you could get them to school, right? Also, if we talk about that kitchen, now the kitchen is very similar to the Carmichael home we talked about last week as far as the color patterns. It's that Baltic brown granite countertops, really, really nice. It's sort of that countertop that never really goes out of style, I think. And then it has a beautiful cabinetry. It's open because it's great for entertaining, like you said, because you're sitting in there and you could be standing, you could be making, dinner or what have you, and everybody can have a conversation. It has a separate family room and living room areas. This home is just ideal for a larger family, or if you have a multi-generational family. It's one of a kind, especially right now in this West Park neighborhood. There's just nothing on the market like this home. I guess we should probably tell them what the price is on this home, right?
Yeah, good idea.
Wonderful in West Park.
Yeah.
So this home is priced at $820,000. If you're interested in seeing this home, you could call us right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or if you're a texter, you can text the word wonderful to 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO, and we can get you into this home.
It's a really nice home. I'm telling you.
It's
the award-winning schools in the area, it's worth it.
Right.
It is.
And this is there's nothing being built in West Park, in West Roseville right now like this home.
Right.
They just aren't building this good-sized home that is so well apportioned that even though it's over 3,300 square feet, it just feels good and it feels homey. It doesn't feel like you're walking into a museum. It is just a beautiful home. So text the word wonderful to 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or you can live chat with us about it at theradiorealtors.com. That's theradiorealtors.com. And unfortunately, Frank, that's all the time we have for this show.
Make it a great week, everybody.
Do you know what that sound is? That's your wake-up call. Instead of just dreaming about buying a home, it's time to start living the dream. And Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage is ready to help you. Jeff has access to the brand new Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan. The Dream for All is a down payment assistance program for first-time buyers. It offers a loan of 20% of the purchase price of the home you're wanting to buy. Then once you refinance or sell the home, you would pay back that original loan plus 20% of any appreciation. This is a great option for home buyers right now because with this loan, you won't have private mortgage insurance, you can begin building equity right away, and you don't have to save for a big down payment. Funds are limited for this program, so answer your wake-up call. Call Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage at 916-765-2900 or apply online at jeffcompton.com. That's jeffcompton.com. NMLS ID number 298997.
Thank you for calling Jeff Compton's office. It's a great day to buy a home. How can we help you?
There's adventures in life that can be quite scary, like volcano luging, for instance.
Look out for the lava, turn left!
Or swimming with sharks.
This wasn't supposed to be scary!
Or running with the bulls.
Run, hurry!
But there's one adventure that shouldn't be scary, and that's buying a home. That's why we recommend Adventure Home Inspections. They'll check everything from a home's major systems, including HVAC, interior plumbing, electrical systems, as well as the structural components, such as the foundation, floors, walls, ceilings, attics, roof, doors, and windows.
Hey everyone, this is August, owner of Adventure Home Inspections. One of the best ways to protect your home buying investment is a high-quality home inspection from Adventure Home Inspections. You can trust that you're in good hands, so give me a call, 916-367-2735, or visit us online at adventurehomeinspections.net. Start your adventure right with Adventure Home Inspections.
Hey, is your electrician giving you static because they won't get into your attic? Are they giving you an awe face because they won't get into your crawl space? I'm Anthony, the proud owner of A&D Electric. I'm offering free estimates in the greater Sacramento area. There's no job too big or too small, so give me a call, 408-707-4744. Or better yet, Google A&D Electric. And remember, if life gets too hectic,
Call A&D Electric. That's my dad.